everyone, and welcome to Word on the Street, the Portland Business Journal Partnership Edition. My name is Serilda Summers McGee, and I'm the founder and CEO of Workplace Change, a human resources firm located in the Pacific Northwest, however, working across the nation. And we're now going to talk about our next article in partnership with the Portland Business Journal. Start with our first article, which will be focuses on labeling. Okay, what do I mean by labeling? I'm saying using labels in the workplace such as racism, sexism, homophobic, discrimination. These kinds of labels to describe the behavior that people are engaging in. Oftentimes, it is an incredible distraction. Now, I know people are going to be like, what are you talking about, Serilda? Are you saying that there are no discriminators in workplaces, that there are no racists or sexists or homophobics in the workplace? Absolutely not. Those people exist. Those people have problems, and those people need to be responded to on the ground in real time. That is not what I'm saying. What I am, however, saying is that the use of labels is a distraction from the behavior that we've got to interrupt. So, for instance, let's say I'm in a meeting and I'm chronically dismissed or interrupted by a particular person in that meeting, okay? Other people who don't look like me aren't having the same experiences with this individual, and I'm clocking it, I'm tracking it, I'm seeing it, I don't like it. Oftentimes, folks are inclined to say that an individual is, I'm a girl, he's a boy, I'll say he's a sexist, right? Or I'm black, he's white, I'll say he's a racist. And then the debate becomes about the label, right? The individual responds back and says, I'm not a racist, I'm not a sexist, I've got daughters. My nephew is biracial, whatever the situation is. Now we're talking about the label that I use and litigating that label versus saying, hey, Brad, hey, Samantha, I don't like it when you do X. What do we need to do to stop you from doing X? One response, right, is productive. It actually helps us get a change in behavior. And if the person doesn't change their behavior, it allows us to hold that individual accountable. The other, the use of the label, is actually not as helpful. It can do several things that are actually quite destructive to organizational culture. It can shut conversations down. It can make people become incredibly defensive. It can actually polarize people. It can make it seem like the person with the complaint is actually not being reasonable, or is being too sensitive, or is woke, or whatever other loaded language and politicized language that's being used nowadays. But instead, what we should be doing is focusing on the behavior. Now, I've been on a campaign for about a year, going into different environments who are having problems with this loaded language, right? Because it is stopping conversations, it is paralyzing individuals. And then we do this training and people push back, right? People want to call people out. People want to use Radical Candor, a book that I still struggle with to this day, because there are ripple effects of folks, just kind of, calling people names and calling people out with no solution in mind. But instead, if we just focus on the behavior and we just get cracking on saying, not on my watch, you can't treat people this way, we've got to get to the other side of it, it focuses us, it holds people accountable, and it actually gets people to correct their behavior or go someplace else where they can be successful in engaging in that kind of behavior. So, make sure you pick up the Portland Business Journal article, which is linked in this Word on the Street edition. And make sure you jump in the comments if you've got a different perspective. Let's have the conversation. I believe we need more conversations, not less. We need to articulate our thoughts, not summarize them into sound bites, memes, and labels. And we need to engage more. So come on, let's talk about it. Until next time, I'm Serilda, and this is Word on the Street.